Hello everybody, and welcome to round 7 of the Whodarron Cup. We are at Indy tonight, and I hope it's gonna be a blast, everyone. We've got Maarten Poos currently in P1, Wilbrink in P2, and Cairns in P3. But I'm not alone tonight. I have a co-commentator with me, Mr. Yoshi Harris. Welcome. Gonna get it going, Yoshi. We're gonna get it going. We're gonna try and do our best together, and we're gonna try and get a little feeling for each other to get this stream done. I won't say professionally, but okay-ish. But looking down the grid, we see we've been talking about it behind the scenes for a little bit already. We see Mr. Anderson in P6 for the rookies. Yep, hopefully. And I see in the chat that people can't hear you. I hope they can hear you now. I've upped the volume a little bit because the slider is saying we can hear you, but it's not good. We can do a quick reset of the comms box VC. So I'm just gonna remove it and reconnect it. We are here. And right now we should be having the comms box back again.
Okay, hopefully yes. Hopefully people can hear me now. It's a big quiz of 30 seconds to the end of the stream, so we'll wait. Just gotta wait and see.
Desktop audio is unmuted, everybody. I do hope we're not gonna hear everything double right now. That's
oh, that'll be annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be annoying. Yeah, no, I can hear myself.
Can hear you now, yes.
Yes, good, right. Yeah.
So and now I'm gonna mute the desktop sound. Can we hear him right now?
Hello, folks. I'll try that.
But all these technical difficulties. The first couple of times we did the Whodarron Cup, my mic worked perfectly in the afternoon while testing. That problem is solved, and now it's the comms box VC that was giving problems. So it's always something, Yoshi. It's always something.
I don't think people can hear me. No, the same. Yeah, they can. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Good evening, GMC. But we are back to business, everybody. Back to business. We are at Indianapolis, and looking at the track, it's of course in the United States. 4.2 kilometers, 2.6 miles, 15 turns in a clockwise rotation, everybody. With Paul starting on the left this time, with the first corner being to the right, but Paul should be starting on the left.
Yes, and obviously from turn 1 it goes to the inside line, so it'll be interesting when we go green for the first race. Because it goes to inside from turn 1, they go left from turn 2. So inside or outside of the field, we'll see how it goes. But these are GT4 cars.
Yeah. What are we gonna be looking at, Yoshi? Is it gonna be chaos? Is it gonna be a clean T1, T2? But
I mean, we got 2 races tonight. At the moment, I think, depending on how many cars we've got in them, at least 20 cars. So it's going to be there might be a slight chance that someone's going to go off. It does happen in turn 1. It happens a lot. So We might see a chaotic start through the first race. If it doesn't, then we might expect the race for race 2.
Yeah,
Depends.
race 2, race 1. Yeah, what shall we say? My professional opinion, these guys, we said it about Snetterton, we said it about Laguna. We had a couple of minor incidents. So this field, looking at the history, is hopefully, possibly, gonna get through the first couple of corners fine. I hope so. That makes for better racing.
Yeah, getting through the first lap will be pretty good because it's 30 minutes, so it's not. I mean, there is sometimes no pit stops at all during these races, so because it's sprint format. So obviously, it's going to be just like get the first lap done, then you can settle down, you have a bit of a gap, but it's going to be constant battles that we're going to see all race potentially from the whole field.
Good thing is, if you do it right, and this is, I believe, not a track limit sensitive track, if you do it right, there's no pit stops. So if you are ahead of someone, you can really defend well, especially the last bit of the middle sector, the second sector, and coming into the last sector, you can defend really well. But then you get that long straight. That's gonna be a nice one to see people trying to make moves into T1.
Yeah, indeed, you can move into T1. But like I said, we can't really tell anything until we see it when we go green for race 1. But also, it depends where they're at qualifying because we've got 2 qualifying sessions. Do we have 2 qualifying sessions?
We have
2
one right now and
sessions,
then 2 again, yeah.
Yeah, I was just checking the timetable for these. Yeah, so depending on if the same driver gets on pole for Q1 and say for Q2, then they might think, okay, I know what I want to do this time for race 2. For the start, hopefully it won't be too chaotic. But again, we can't tell until we go.
True. I think falling away with the sound or not, Yoshi?
Again?
Oh, I thought the sound was falling away, but you're here still.
Yeah, my mic does that when I stop speaking, it just like stops immediately. So. Yeah.
But I wrote down the P1 to P3 times, of course. But in the meantime, we've got Wilbrink in P2, just behind Marta Post, just a tenth behind, and Cairns as well, just 3 tenths behind. So the top 3 guys very close together, and then we have a bigger gap of about 7 tenths. So that's gonna be. But from P4 all the way down, Yoshi, we see just small gaps like tenths, hundredths.
Yeah, P10 from P4 to P15, go by 9/10 of a second roughly. So that's a bit of a tight gap, but it's only free practice. We might. That's a big hope though. So we'll see. Because qualifying is very crucial. Because it's only a 10-minute session, so you do not want to mess up anything in qualifying.
Very short, very short qualification, and with a lap that is almost or close to the 2-minute mark, you get about 5 laps. If you make a mistake, maybe only 4. So it's gonna be it's gonna be tough for some people.
Yeah, 5 or 4 laps, and you don't want to be like a 1-lap situation. So. Definitely going to be interesting, but it's like get a lap done, get a competitive time on, start on pole, and then you might have a good start for the first race. But
true, but some people like that 1-lap wonder pressure, Yoshi. Some people are living life on the edge.
Yeah, I definitely know what that feels like. Like 1-lap wonder is definitely pressure, because if you mess up, that's it. You might get a lap stop, but you're going to start at the back of the field. You do not want that.
Yeah,
so
true.
1-lap wonders, it's a dangerous risk, but it's worth it if you get a good lap in.
True. And we see Matthew in the chat saying Post could run away with this. I was a little bit worried about that, but I do like seeing that Wilbrink and Cairns are pretty close in lap time now in practice. But we're gonna go to qualifying, everybody, and
green light.
That is, of course, gonna be the moment supreme, as people like to call it. But
Yeah.
that McLaren in the race, Yoshi, could, like Matthew says, in the race that McLaren could really do something on the straights, even if it gets overtaken in the last bit or in the last sector. That long straight could definitely be helping out Martin Post over here.
Yeah, because of course, over the course of the season, this car is very strong in the straight. We do have some straight. We got a straight hill obviously, and there's another one. There's like 2-ish, 4 straights without turning, so that'll be an advantage. But at the final corner, it goes into the bank. That goes into the oval section of the racetrack. So if he gets a good run off there in the race, then yes, he might get a good race out there. But you never know; anyone could take it. I mean, Anderson could take it for all we know. He was P6
Yeah.
in P1, so yeah.
Very curious what Matthias de Munster is going to do in that AMG. He was P5 in the practice. Right now we're on our way in the warm-up lap for the quali, of course. But Anderson was P6, de Munster was P5, and these guys were all pretty much close together. It's going to be a really tight midfield today. Really tight.
Yeah, it is going to be a tight midfield, and someone just pointed out the pit lane is stupidly long. Yes, it is.
Yeah, if you get a drive-through
for the final corner.
If you get a drive-through 44 seconds, that's a long drive-through.
Yeah, it is going to be a long drive-through, and hopefully that would happen because you get four track limit warnings, and then it's a penalty. So, and like you said, this ain't like a track limits, going wide situation. So, if someone does get a penalty, any sort of penalty, like a stop, go, or drive through, then it's potentially game over. Because, like I said, it's only a half an hour race.
Exactly, half an hour. But we're gonna go on board, everybody, with Mr. Martin Post for the real first quali lap of today's round 7 at Indy, the Whodarron Cup. And let's see what we're gonna see, Yoshi. Like, is it gonna be a flawless first lap, or are there gonna be a couple of mistakes?
I mean, what we saw in free practice was fast overall, to be honest. He had a 10% gap, but this is more pressure now because it's 10 minutes. He probably, I mean, during practice they might have like race fueling, and now they're having qualifying. Yeah. But I'm sure that they practice qualifying runs during the 1 hour anyway, so we'll see if he does do a magical lap. As long as he doesn't invalidate it, because if you invalidate it, then it's probably given. But with these cars, you can do consistent laps, unlike other cars like Formula 1 cars. Where it's like one lap done it, you can just go consistent to the end.
Yeah. I'm very curious. We had in practice a 1:43.6 being the P1 time. So I'm very curious what Martin is going to be putting on the board.
Yeah, we'll see as he enters the middle sector now. He's doing well, staying on track. He's doing pretty good as he goes into the final sector, which only, I think, like 3 corners long.
It's definitely not going slow.
Yeah.
But this last section over here, that you come a little bit on that banked, you come from the banked area, the banked part of the track, you kind of sort of bounce to the right onto the straight tarmac, and then you come here from the straight onto the banked again. That's a really tough section, or for me personally then. But
yeah,
let's see what he's gonna do. 1:43.5, and this is faster than we've seen in practice, with Cairns just 3 or almost 4 tenths behind in P2. So not as close as it was in the practice.
Yeah, not as close as in practice, but we've still got 5 minutes left. Like you said, they can have roughly 4 to 5 laps to do qualifying runs, and at the moment, top 3, there's already obviously. We've got more people to come. Actually, just what Anderson can do. He's in for his final corner. Fastest out of the rookies in practice, and he's currently P6 again. Which is when we saw him in free practice, but we'll see where everyone else is a lap time, because we still have plenty of drivers to complete a lap.
I do miss someone. I was looking for him down the grid order. We do miss McGowan in the Chevy over here, so I don't know. McGowan only did race 1 at Snetterton, I believe, and is not here now as well.
Something came up, but that's 3 tenths 3 tenths is a interesting gap, and Post could go faster again, but if he does, then he does. If he does, he does. So we'll see if he does get faster. It is looking dry though, so no rain expected.
As we have Mr. Matthew in the chat, McGowan is not here tonight, so we do not have to look out for a certain Chevy just joining in the last minute and putting down that P1 time at Indy, Yoshi.
Yeah, I've seen that, of course, of the season, yeah. Let's see if Post improves on his time. He does, by a tenth of a second.
Yeah.
So he's going faster.
2 tenths faster than the practice run, but behind what you were talking about, Maiga and Cairns, exactly the same lap time.
Great to see that, yeah. Yeah, same lap time. Maiga's he set the lap first, so he gets beat, obviously. See, 8 tenths in the top 4. It's looking pretty close. Closer gap than what we saw in FP3 practice. Obviously, it's qualifying, so we still need, 2 drivers to do a lap time, I think, on the bottom of the field.
We need Matthias de Munster to pick up the speed a little bit if he wants to make it exciting. Popovic and Pospisil, these guys were battling at Snetterton as well, I believe, so very, very close. And of course, Anderson in the mix. Anderson was fighting with another Chevy, I believe it was Sherry Moore. So Anderson and Cherry Moore. Anderson is looking good. Cherry Moore needs to pick up the pace if he wants to make life difficult for Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson currently P9, obviously fast in the rookie section. He's got half a second to his next rookie rival down at P11. See if he does improve, keep an eye on him. With 3 minutes to go, so if you got to do a lap, you got to do it now because you got him roughly 2 minutes to an out lap.
Yeah.
So if you go to do a lap time, don't be mucking around. Go 10 miles an hour.
Post is now going through the last corner, so he's gonna be able to do 2 more laps.
Yes. See him cruise again for the 3rd time in a row. No, he didn't. Okay.
Yep. No improvement
that
this
lap
time.
was valid. It was a 1:43.9, so half a second down his last lap.
Yeah. That's good to see. And Maiga and Cairns still at the same lap time. We've got Herendich though in P4, and Matthias de Munster has picked up the pace. Is 7 tenths slower than Marta Post at the moment. But Wilbrink jumps up to P4 as well. Wilbrink is now running just in or at around the 44.0 mark.
Yeah, 44.0. Yeah, that's a pretty good lap time for him from Wilbrink. But let's see if the number 3 Mercedes. Yes, number 3 Mercedes of. Oh, I don't know what his name is, but in for the final corner. Can he improve on his time? Get used to these names.
Munster, I think it's the Munster.
Yeah, the Munster, yes. Just P4 though.
Yeah, very, very good. These guys in P2, 3 and 4, very, very close. And even though Wilbrink, it says like 4.5 tenths, then it's 5.5 tenths, 6.5 tenths for Herendich. But these guys, like P2 to P6, very, very close.
Yeah, 2 tenths-ish, or just under that. As Post is going to do 1 more lap. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to do like that 1 lap wonder. He looked a bit like he's doing a setup lap because it doesn't look like it was on pure pace for quality. But 1 lap to go. If you're in pit lane, then sadly you won't do a lap.
Like I'm not a 1 lap wonder, Yoshi. If I need to do a full lap under pressure, I'm bound to be going to be a lawnmower or end up in the barrier somewhere.
Yeah. To be fair, I've actually driven this championship once. I was terrible at it. I did 1 race and I thought, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore because I'm too slow. So, but obviously that was in genetics only. Now we've got more manufacturers in this championship.
What the funny thing is, my dog, his name is. We do not have a camera on it, of course, but my dog's name is Yoshi as well. And as we're speaking all the time, he's now right here. Sitting right next beside me, waggling his tail like he's thinking like, why are you calling me so many times? What do you want?
I remember you saying that actually during the first round of the endurance times. I remember you saying that actually. That's interesting. Then Post back into pit lane, so he decides to continue.
He is
He
done.
thinks he's done enough to get pole for race 1.
Gonna look who is from Monster. Monster is in the pit lane. Wilbrink is on the straight. So William Cairns in P3 at the moment is now almost out of the second sector, coming into the last. So let's see what he is gonna be putting down. And behind him is Maiga, somewhere behind him, I believe.
Let's see. I mean, if he improves, he's guaranteed P2 here. He's got the same time as Maiga, so just needs to prove that millisecond he gets P2 guaranteed.
Yeah.
Sounds so simple, doesn't it? But can he do it? That will that though. Like deep.
Let's see what's gonna happen.
He's
not gonna
he's
be.
yeah. I think he read it his lap. He went a bit deep for the final corner.
And we've got Wilbrink now in the last corner, coming down to the finish line. Let's see if he's gonna be improving. 5.88 behind right now. Stays 5.58, and then we have, of course, Maiga.
Fine.
Keeps the foot on the throttle, so maybe an improvement. No improvement for Maiga either. So P1 Post, P2 Maiga, and P3 William Cairns. It's P2 and P3 with the same lap time.
Yeah. Who would expect that? Saying that doesn't qualify. That's the first time I am watching or doing Corsa for the first time. So this will be interesting though for these two, because these are the same qualifying times, but their race pace, well, you never know, it might be different.
You never know indeed, and we're gonna try and get a nice view of the grid, everybody. We're gonna go down the grid order just a little bit to get as close as possible. This is not the good POV. This is not a good POV either. So, so we're just playing.
See it. Oh, the cockpit cam. Yeah, I don't think so.
No, we're gonna stick with this camera, everybody. This is the best one we got. So, yeah, we've got Maarten Post in P1, Maiga in P2, Cairns in P3, the Monster in P4, and Wilbrink just in the top 5. Then we've got Herendich in 6, Popovic in 7, and Pospisil. Nice names, Popovic and Pospisil. Gotta remember to say them both correctly. But we've got we've got Winspear in 9, we've got Anderson in 10th, we've got Vasic in 11, and Varga in 12th. Then it's Jerry Moore in 13th, Cummins in 14th, and then Krupian in 15th, with Gluak in 16th, Privet just behind in 17th, and Ramsel starting in 18th position. Then you've got Enbroom in 19, Stapley in 20, Marston in 21, and Jay Lee in 23. And closing off the grid is Mackenzie in 24th in the Chevy.
No really flashing the lights on the grid.
We saw Mr. Wilbrink flashing the lights.
Yeah, the brake car's in pit lane, then it right up in time. That's interesting.
Didn't press drive in time, so Popovic is gonna be in the pit lane, everybody. So we have Swindle Mac in the chat. Good evening, Mr. Mac. And look at all these cars go, leaving their grid position and starting that warm-up lap.
Yes, on this mid-ish night, beautiful evening here in Indianapolis for the first race of the whole week, to be fair. It's not 49 time, but track temperature 25 degrees, air temp 24. It's a hot day at IMS, so we'll see how it goes along here.
Indianapolis is located in Indiana, of course, and that's about the mid-eastern edge. It's just south of Chicago. It's just under the Great Lakes, I would say, if you would have to explain it to somebody. It's like middle east-ish in the United States and under the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
And we see Maiga just slowing down a little bit, getting those brakes warm and accelerating again. You see them, of course, trying to make themselves noticed by post. The post should be, or I won't say should be, but is possibly gonna get a very, very nice run up to the first corner with a little bit of a gap in that McLaren, maybe.
Yeah, and to be fair, also what they've got to do is not go too fast to get a penalty. Start. The jump in the start, that'd be interesting to see if anyone does get that. We're in the final sector now. Here we go.
You see a Marta post in the black and green McLaren. You see Maiga in the black on, or the grey on black AMG. You see Cairns in the yellow on black Ginetta, and then it's the Monster in that pink on white AMG, and then it's of course Wilbrink. These 5 guys, and I mean you do have to give the spotlight to everybody, but these 5 guys that are now in the top 5 have been battling for almost every race as we go to the green lights.
Green light, go, go, go.
And they're off, everybody. We're off. We see Marta Post driving away. You see Maiga just a little bit behind. We're gonna hop into the helicam to see what's happening. And we have Maiga still in P2. Cairns looking around on the outside with the Monster being very, very safe. Wilbrink braking a little bit early. But Cairns is overtaking Maiga there in the second corner. Then you have Pospisil and Anderson there. Anderson also in a black and greyish AMG with Windspear. Oh no, not Windspear. I think it's Varga just behind in the Ginetta. But the first couple of laps, Yoshi, are gonna be hectic.
I was going to say, it looked like a clean start. Oh, hello!
Anderson and Varga having a moment together there.
That's interesting. Also, it was a clean start until one car was at the back of the field. So I don't think it's that one car, whoever that was, that is in the hands of the 95 car that had a bit of a slow start. So it was clean apart from that one driver though. But no idea what happened there.
And we did miss something else happening as well. We see Maiga currently back in P2 as Cairns overtook him in turn 2, but Cairns is now all the way back in 5th position with the Monster in 3rd, Wilbrink in 4th. So something happened between possibly Maiga and Cairns in that first lap.
Unless the post has got some rocket, so he's got 3 seconds to the next car ahead of it.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
But that's not. Yeah, but that's interesting. I thought Maiga's faster than that, but Post has already crossed the line, and everyone else just crossed the line now. So Post got a 4-second gap.
Look at these guys. Maiga, the Monster, Wilbrink, Cairns, all 4 very close together with Herendich just behind.
Very close indeed. Somehow. Oh,
no, the Monster and Maiga.
And they keep there, folks. I thought they were going to make contact, but they did somehow. So it was going well until it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. At least he kept it from spinning out and is on his way. He's just behind Herendich now, but Herendich just got 2 positions there because of that little mistake.
Yeah, and they're still back. We're only 2 minutes and 45 seconds in, they're already batting. And because they're doing this, Post is pretty much just out there on his own.
Look there behind. Oh my god, that's the Aston Martin, I believe, of... who was that? Was that P. Martin? Yes, it was. The Aston Martin.
Martin, yeah, went to it. Yeah. Off.
A lot of little. I mean.
Oh, got another one off as well. Someone's had a spin.
A lot of. I won't say major incidents, but a lot of small mistakes that end up in people losing positions, getting damage, or yeah, spinning out.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that was a 65 car and River spin on the grass. I don't know where he's gone that.
And because
The
of that
gap was.
incident with the monster and Maiga, Marta posts 5 seconds ahead. Absolutely wild.
It's like he's got a GT3 engine and then they don't. But what we've got to remember, if Post has just gone like aggressive, you know, it's half an hour, depending. Actually, these cars got half an hour one fuel tank, so all Post is going to do is just keep on the road for the next 26 minutes and he takes race one win. So it's looking strong, but I'm not going to say yet due to that could happen.
Definitely, definitely. And this battle, we got a three-man train here. We've got Wilbrink, Herendich and Pospisil. Very, very exciting to watch. Of course, we have Cairns trying to chase down Maiga. We have a couple of others battling it out with Cherry Moore and Jay Lee. But this three-man train over here is the spot where we need to be. Because we do see what's happening here in the back as well, Yoshi. That's a nice little train these guys got going.
Yeah, that is definitely a nice train, obviously. Obviously they want to overtake, but also they trying to make a mistake. So just gotta be patient. It's like a game of chess. You gotta be patient. You gotta wait until either they make a mistake or you just got a faster entry speed than that.
Make a mistake, apply a little bit of pressure, and be patient, maybe.
Exactly. Patience is key for overtaking, but if it doesn't happen and we're on the far lap, then at some point, you need to make a move at some point. So at the moment, that's not necessary. We've still got 24 minutes. That's like time for that train to, you know, extend or even get worse. Because the train is now extending more now on the main straight.
The nice thing that we're seeing is the monster is gaining on Cairns as well. So we possibly got a P2 3-ish battle in a little bit.
We do indeed. Just wall breaks 1.7 seconds. 1.7 back on the monsters anyway, so he's got a bit of clean up. Obviously he's got to make sure that Hendricks get ahead of him, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, the closest gaps at the moment are P5 to 7. Wilbrink, Herendich and Pospisil, and close behind is Cairns and the Monster. We're gonna go to the P3 battle, everybody. The Monster versus Cairns.
That's what's happening up around now, and yeah.
But yeah, it's looking very, very tight out here. You see that Ginetta flicking from left to right. That Ginetta is a real go-kart, and that AMG might. I mean, I won't say that Ginetta is slow, but the AMG might just have a little bit more top speed.
Yes, the AMG does. Yeah, the AMG does have more speed than the Ginetta, but it's not finding the pace at the moment. Obviously, I think he might be waiting because he is what the last sector gap 4 tenths back. Looking to be the same.
Yeah, roughly the same indeed. And behind that, Wilbrink seems to be creating a little gap for himself. And if we go a little bit further back, you've got these guys. You've got Winspear in the Cayman, you've got Mackenzie in the Chevy and Croupion in the Chevy. So these guys could be having fun with the three of them as well. But the gaps seem to be slowly getting bigger. Like there are a couple of battles, but that's a good thing for the broadcast. Because when we saw, I believe, Mackenzie there just glitching out on the track a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that as well. Who's 6 seconds ahead of everyone else? He's chilling.
Yeah, he's flying away. About half a second a lap, Yoshi. That's good. That's race pace for that McLaren.
And it's looking good for race 1. If he does it again, we might expect the same for race 2.
And he's lucky. Yeah. He's lucky these guys had incidents behind him, and that they're battling as well, of course, because He's just there on his
Yeah.
own, doing his laps, just cruising around.
He is.
It sounds simple, but I don't think I'm gonna be driving the same lap times.
No. In the time 7 and stuff like that, yeah. He's out there, he's fast, he's good out there.
The funny thing is, we saw that split time from 3/10 to from Cairns to the Monster, but it was in fact a little bit more. Like the Monster is gaining some laps, he's gaining, some laps he's losing time on Cairns. So it's pretty much staying the same at the moment. We're now looking at Pospisil trying to chase down Herendich for P6.
Yeah, P6 battle as well now. Well, between P7 and P6, the one battle for second place is going on as well. Battle as well, all over the place, but the gaps, like we said, is getting a bit wider. So, less to worry about, but at the front, it's not going to come down for a while.
I did quickly jump to Gluhawk in the Alpine versus Broom in the Aston Martin. It looked like a 2/10 gap, but that gap is a little bit bigger. So we're gonna go back to Matthias de Munster, William Cairns and Maiga. The three of them, pretty much like you say, it's staying the same, but it's so close that if anything happens, people will be taking positions.
Yeah, indeed, and so the next gap is at 2.
Oh, no, you go ahead, Yoshi, go ahead.
Yeah, because Wilbrink's only 2.7 seconds back, so any of those three make a mistake, Wilbrink will just go right past them, and he'll go to P4. So this car hope no one makes a mistake. Wilbrink's now, yeah, 2.7 seconds still the gap now.
Maiga did have a little moment there coming into that second to last corner, so William Cairns is all over the backside of that AMG at the moment.
That's fine. He's got.
I am gonna do a little onboard. We're gonna go onboard with Cairns to see what he is looking at, trying to get that move done on Maiga.
The door's going to be open now because Maiga made a mistake, and the door might be open there.
Trying to go up on the little touch there. He did make the move though, but a little bit of paint was traded.
Yeah,
But Maiga holds it together though, and is the first out of that. I mean, it's all in a stadium, but out of that 180-degree section.
and is he going to potentially lose now?
Is ahead right now.
Absolutely.
The Monster tries to capitalize on Maiga being a little bit shaken, I think, by that move from Cairns.
Yeah. Almost goes onto the grass, Maiga there as well. Oh, how close do I want to get to the wall? I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
He goes wide as well. Yeah, he went too fast, yeah. Oh, that's him gone. Will that bring Wilbrink into the top?
Wilbrink is back in business, yeah.
Yeah, it is for P4, and it's by saying if any of these make a mistake, which Maiga did, he's under threat now losing P4.
That's very, very. I mean, it's entertaining. It's entertainment, and we are, of course, looking through the split times all the time. We are looking at different places, but this is the place to be. I'm very, very curious. Wilbrink had, of course, a little bit of a rough start to the race, having that moment where he needed to brake for the Monster, having a half, I would say half spin oversteer moment in the first lap. So he lost his position to Herendich, had to overtake Herendich, has to fight back to these guys here ahead of him, and is now almost to the backside of Maiga.
Is indeed 6 tenths now of Maiga, and third time, but after my percentage, depends what's quicker on the corners and on the straights. It's getting close, I feel like, for Wilbrink. He might get he's done with 16 minutes to go. But also, you could be waiting to see if Maiga makes another mistake. If he makes a mistake like that we just saw, does it again, door opens up, he takes P4. So I think he's just waiting.
He might be just waiting.
Done. Yeah. There's no point getting too early.
And we have, of course, seen Maiga make a couple of mistakes under pressure, so what's gonna happen?
I mean, if he's under pressure, obviously, because like we saw on the previous lap, he went a bit too deep into last couple of corners now, but Wilbrink is now what, 3 tenths back still, so if Maiga's under pressure, it's not going to help him. He's got to be calm, he's got to keep on the roads, but Wilbrink he looks, but doesn't make the move. So it's getting there slowly.
Definitely, it will definitely be the duo to be watching for the next couple of laps. I am gonna go through the field though to see if we can get another battle here. We've got Croupion versus Ramsel in the Ginetta, but Croupion is ahead for the first turn. But you see that Ginetta braking later than Croupion, so Ramsel stays ahead. Croupion still behind and is under pressure from Varga as well.
Yeah, Varga
up on the inside.
Oh, yeah. Let's say Benny Varga he's doing alright at the moment in the Ginetta.
First 3 corners, and I mean Croupion was ahead on the straight. Ramsel braked later, so he defended his position, and Croupion lost another position to Varga in the Ginetta. So Croupion is trying his best on the straights, but losing out on the braking points and the corners.
He is. Can he make the move into here though? It doesn't seem to be. Ginetta versus Ginetta, was that? It wasn't going too deep, just into a line there. Varga really wants P13 though. But again, it could be a storyline just waiting. We've seen that a lot now. In this, just went over halfway. As Wilbrink gets ahead of Maiga as well. He's P4. Wilbrink gets ahead.
Oh, yep. Yep, we see that. We've missed it. We've missed it.
Yeah, I bet he missed it. Yeah.
Because the gap was a little bit bigger, but we missed the move.
Yeah, they were side by side. So, but now we'll have the opportunity. Well, hopefully, if he has quick pacing up, he'll go for it. But Wilbrink, if he finds 3 seconds, he could be unprepared. But remember, there's still 1 race to go, so he might be able to get a better result in the second race.
I mean, 13 minutes, that's out of the top of my head, 6-7 laps maybe, with 2 minutes, almost 2 minutes a lap.
7 laps-ish, yeah.
12, 7-ish laps.
7, maybe 8, yeah, we'll see. Depends when Post crosses the line. He's now 8. He's almost 9 seconds ahead. He's clearly...
That McLaren is flying over here.
Potentially. It's a bit of a risk, but yeah. No way anyone's going to catch him now.
We've got Steve Gillies in the chat, everybody. But Steve Gillis, why are you in the chat and not on the track? We're missing you.
Come back. Come back to racing.
Come back.
Let's see, now.
We see Royden Stapley, or Roydy Stapley. Royden, I think. It's my we've said it a million times already, but it is the co-driver, the second driver or the first driver, however you want to call it, in the endurance racing with my best friend. So
endurance race is known as co-driver. It depends if it's 2 or 3 though. If it's like 3 drivers, I would pronounce it. They think it's a bit deep. But this is very different. The next time we go into is Mount Panorama, but that's not for another 3 weeks anyway, so his main focus obviously is on this.
Yeah, we do have Maiga losing a little bit of time on Wilbrink, but Wilbrink is 3.2 behind. So if we're gonna just do a little calculation, if it's gonna be 6 laps with 3.2 seconds, you need to make up. Well, 3.2 divided by 6, how much is that? 24 is 4, like you need to make up 6 6 tenths?
6 tenths a lap. 6 tenths because you're gonna get out going over. Yeah, he needs to gain 6 tenths a lap now to potentially get a podium for the first race.
Yeah, definitely. Because you gotta get there, and then you're gonna have to make a move. So if he wants to do anything, he needs to definitely get that pace going.
Yeah. We need to see the gap between, it's now 3.8. It's gone down 2 tenths.
Yeah.
So at this rate, I don't think he's going to get it. I think he's trying to defend to keep P4.
He's just gonna keep this position. I think you're right. He's not gonna look forward. He's just gonna look backward to keep fourth position.
Exactly. We still got another race. That's mine was a bit deep again. He's trying to look for different lines. Let's see now. Yeah, 4 seconds 3. He's falling down the pace. So as long as he doesn't defend too much, because you got Maiga and then you got Hendrick and then you got the other drivers behind him, which are in shots on the main straight.
We do have that gap between Cairns and the Monster staying at around 8 tenths, 9 tenths. Then you've got 5 tenths from Maiga, like you just said. And further down the field, we have a couple of bigger gaps with another 8-tenth gap. But just having a little look at the leader, everybody. 9 seconds ahead, or 8 seconds ahead. So,
he's lost time.
He is losing time a little bit.
Last lap opposed 1:41.1. That's his fastest time so far. Well, last lap was quicker. 41.1, and they have a 44.2. So he's lost time somewhere, but it's not critical at the moment.
Might have been a mistake, or and I don't want to talk bad about the rest of the field, because we don't talk bad about anyone on the stream, of course. So he might have just put on the fuel-saving mapping to just cruise out the rest of the race.
He's got the gap to do that, but depends on the fuel load you take. Because obviously it's not going to be a full tank. The full tank's like an hour in a car-ish.
Full tank, yeah. I think half an hour is most of the time. 55, 60 liters, something like that. 50 maybe.
Yeah, and depends on the engine map, which I think most of them have one engine map anyway, so I think it comes down to just pure pace now, 7.6. He is starting to slow down 9 minutes on the 30th lap.
7.6. Or the Monster and Cairns are just really, really flying now.
It's true, that could be a possibility. I mean, them working together is getting closer now.
We do have Stapley though, getting closer and closer to the Chevy of Croupion. Stapley now in P16, Croupion in P15, but Stapley is under half a second behind. So this is going to be interesting in the last 4 laps, I would say. 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah, 5 laps-ish, depends on the post cross the line. Depends how much he lifts off and process for the remainder of the race, because we're coming to the end of it.
Like, this is the second time we have had Croupion in these corners over here, and he just seems to lose all his time in the 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th corner. These long corners over here.
Stapley taking a bit to lead the front end, just instinct him now, I think. So he's pushing. He really wants that position change. He wants P15, but don't overdo it now, because if you make a mistake, you'll be worse down. You'll be at worse P23. You do not want that.
It's a Croupion making a mistake or having a bad exit, but both of these guys, Stapley and Gluak, past Croupion.
Yeah, Stapley's doing the race, keeping his hand at the. Did he overtake the 10 car? No, they overtaken them. The 10 car lost 2 positions. Yeah.
Nice thing to see over here.
Yeah.
Wilbrink, Maiga were of course battling, but Herendich has found his way to the backside of Maiga. So Maiga is not gonna look only forwards. He's gonna have to look backwards for the last couple of laps.
Yeah, over the last 4 laps-ish now. So it's going to be crucial. Like, yeah, he's looking at different lines. I'm thinking he's going to make a move Potentially on this depends on their speed difference. But it's AMG versus AMG, so it's the same kind of manufacturer.
It's the last lap. Balls to the wall, Yoshi. Balls to the wall.
Fair enough. But this is in the silver. But this is in the silver category. I think it is the number one P2 in the silver category. You don't want to put in the wall though. I mean, if you put in the wall, the last corner right before the checkered flag, then you're gonna be like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah.
I've not even done my. I should probably do that sometime. Do my hot stint on the SimPlay service, but I think I'll end up being bronze or maybe I'm not gonna talk about maybe bronze, maybe silver, but
you don't know until you try. I mean, you could be a. That is an option for this.
Sometimes doing a little bit crazy moves and I mean I'm not crashing people, but doing a little bit crazy, like showing the nose somewhere, braking a little bit later or braking a little bit earlier, right? A little bit like Alonso did two or three seasons ago, that somebody got mad about in the F1.
Yeah, I know what that means. Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do to keep somebody behind sometimes, or try and force a mistake.
Yeah, you gotta force one time a mistake. This is a championship. This is for a championship, obviously, week in, week out. So if they're at a point where like, okay, if I championship, what would I say? But with 2.5-ish, like 2 laps to go potentially now. Possibly 3. The monster, the gap's going down 4 attempts now. But Will brings he's 6 seconds back on the next car ahead. So
the funny thing is, and we've talked about it already, like Maiga has been making like a couple of mistakes, of course, when Cairns and the Monster were behind him. Wilbrink, we haven't seen the overtake from Wilbrink on Maiga, but you do see Maiga is losing time now that Herendich is behind him, so he is definitely trying to defend more.
He is, because he knows there's like 2 or 3 laps left at the moment. So he knows he doesn't want to do anything stupid, like attacking ain't gonna help him. He take it. A reminder, we still got a race after this one. So, qualifying for race 2 and race 2 later on tonight anyway, so maybe it's like, okay, I'll take P5 for race 1, maybe he'll get better as race 2 anyway, but he is leading though in the silver category. He won in class anyway.
Yeah, I am gonna be very, very curious. Like, we're gonna stay here, of course, because we are curious. But are we gonna see a little, maybe little mistake, like not a big one, not a crash? We don't like seeing people crash, but like, what is gonna happen?
At this point, who knows?
Maybe Herendich is gonna overdrive and make a mistake himself. You never know.
Yes, but obviously he doesn't want to do that. He just wants to keep the car on the road. Doesn't want to do anything stupid. So now Post has picked up pace again. He's 8.96 back ahead of the Monster. So I think Post has picked up the pace once again.
That's crazy though. We have missed this battle because we were looking at Wilbrink, Maiga and Herendich, but like you say, the Monster ahead of Cairns.
8.9 seconds, yeah. I said like a minute 40 lap-ish. So this is... and make off this is probably the potential lap, penultimate lap, sorry. It's the last lap, I think. We might have one, yeah, we got 2 to go after this lap, so yeah. Yeah. Unless if someone does a 2-minute 10, then it will take the check.
Instead of all the way on the right side on the start finish straight. And it's possibly 2 more laps for these guys.
Yeah, it'll be 2 laps.
Yeah.
Because both cross the line with 206 left on the clock, so penultimate lap now.
penultimate lap. Herendich still behind Maiga though, and we've got Stapley behind Gluak. Gluak has passed Stapley. And for the rest, we have basically three battles on track. We've got Herendich versus Maiga. We've got Cairns versus the Monster for P2.
Pretty close one, but it's gonna be like last lap here. He's potentially. Oh, he's not getting there yet. Monster 9.4. He's definitely defending now.
Believe me,
1 minute left.
These two guys over here, P2, battle for P2, the Monster and Cairns. These guys are sweating their balls off, or sweaty. These guys are sweaty right now.
They are, because they know it's the penultimate lap. This post goes into the final sector to start the last lap in a minute. Okay, he's not going to drop 35 seconds, he will need to lead the race. So he needs to push off 1 more lap for 18 laps of racing to be fair. It's going to be a very close ending. It's going to... I got a feeling it's going to be like last lap, last corner, make a move, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be that.
Could be, that would be amazing though. And look at these guys, now they're behind each other, like a little caterpillar.
Yeah. See if they can keep this up though, as the clock has it 0. So it is the final lap confirmed now. So here we go.
That's a nice thing, like we started with 24-25, it's 24-24. Next race is going to be a little bit darker, I believe, 1 hour later.
Yeah.
So temps might be dropping.
Okay. There was something said in that chance. I can find it. Who's that? I think it's it.
The Monster though, it keeps that car, I mean, you will be under pressure of course, but it keeps it nicely under control, I would say.
Yeah, race 2 starts at 7 PM, game time to be the same time.
Same time, alright.
Yeah, just day 3 now. Posting to the final second now anyway.
We are gonna stay here for 1 more corner, everybody, and then we're gonna switch over to Mr. Maarten Post. Oh, the Monster loses it in the second to last corner, everybody, and it's Cairns back in P2. But we are here with P1. We have Maarten Post coming over the finish line in P1. Comfortable race in that McLaren, and the Monster lost it in the second to last or third to last corner. So it's Cairns in P2, the Monster in P3.
Last second move, but that's been said.
That's insane. We've got Wilbrink in 4th, Maiga in 5th, and Herendich in 6th. So these guys all very, very close, with Pospisil in 7th, and then Mackenzie comes over the line. But like you said, Yoshi, last lap, last couple of corners.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
And it's going horribly, horribly wrong. There you go, yeah. He'll be annoyed at himself there for that mistake, but P3 could have been worse, it could have been P10 for all I know. But P3 is a good result though.
P3 is a good result, P2 would have been beautiful, P3 is a good result. And I do think he's gonna smash his head into the wall before race 2 starts, I think.
I said before Q2 starts, I think the race.
And here we had Krupion bringing it home in 17th and Popovic in 18th. And we've got Nick Broom still on track. We've got Cherry Moore here bringing it home in 20th. A big gap though, Cherry Moore to Garrett Anderson. These guys were very, very close in the championship as well. I believe Cherry Moore was leading. And Anderson should be getting some good points tonight if he can keep this up.
Yeah, wins in the rookie class, P9 overall. So looking strong. Let's hope he can keep this up though, he's looking strong today.
Yep, and that's race number 1 done, everybody. Me and I think Yoshi, we are gonna get a little drinking break, a little break whatsoever. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be going into intermission, and we will be back in about 10 minutes. So see you in a little bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we're gonna start with quali number 2. We've talked a little bit about the race, we've talked about personal stuff. It's a little coffee break for me and Yoshi, so we're back in business, Yoshi. And what are we gonna see in the second qualify?
Probably says Q1 potentially. 10 more minutes. They had 10 minutes of more at warm-up time, so hopefully we can see. It would be great to see someone else on pole, but we see Post. He's strong out there, so maybe we'll see that again.
I think he's gonna be strong again. That McLaren. I mean, of course, the guys behind. We talked about it during the intermission. The guys behind him were battling, and he was driving away. But that McLaren. I mean, he fell back a little bit with 5 laps to go. He made a mistake or something. He fell back a little bit, but he was creating that gap again that he had before. So that McLaren is very, very suited for this track.
Yeah, it is definitely. This would be great for Post if he takes pole, takes a win. He's already done that for race 1. Let's see if he can do that for race 2.
Yeah, I am still a little bit. I do hope his race is gonna be very, very good again. I do feel a little bit gutted for Matthias de Munster with that almost last corner mistake. And
the last second mistake, and
yeah. And Anderson, what is Anderson gonna do? Because he was far ahead of the guy he's competing with in the bronze championship.
Yeah, Anderson, he won the bronze race. He won by 7 seconds to his next bronze rival, which is it's a bit of a gap there. But Anderson looking strong in that last race. Hopefully, I feel like he deserves to be higher up in the overall positions, to be fair. But he's doing well in the bronze category so far, though.
Definitely, and I have been a little bit too late. We've already done the first corner. We have done the second corner, but we are now on board for the third and fourth corner with Maarten Post. That McLaren, this corner over here is a little bit understeery, I believe. You gotta really turn that car into it, and this long left-hander, Yoshi. This is I won't say my hardest corner, but it's hard to keep it on the inside to line it up for this one over here.
Yeah, but it leads onto a straight. Yeah, a couple of seconds to recover your hand potentially after those corners, though. But they've been doing that for the last half an hour in the first race. So and it goes straight into a 90-degree left-hander. It's right-handed to almost start in the third sector. So the middle sector's definitely, well, it's long for the corner. You gotta hold it. So
definitely, and
what?
it's definitely not the McLaren strong suit. I think it's especially this sector over here, a little bit of a longer straight to the next set of corners. Then of course the start-finish straight.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the McLaren strong on the straights, cornering speeds. It's there, but I thought he's going to get overtaken by the car behind him. So let's see. We've still got 6 minutes to go, and I think he's still going to do a line. I don't think if this is someone still top, I'll be surprised. See? Yeah, he's been about half a 10. There we go.
44.0. So that's he did it 43.4 in quali 1. So he's definitely gonna be improving.
Yeah. Yeah, pole time for Q1 was 43.4 was Q1 pole time.
Yeah.
7 attempts down at the moment. But again, that was their first lap, so they're going to keep going. They're going to do more consistency.
Yeah, and
It's interesting for doing position change. So
would be funny though if he doesn't start on P1, if he can't get it down this qualifying, and he needs to fight his way forward with that McLaren in the race. That like he won by 9 seconds ahead. So if he's gonna have to fight his way through the field, that might be very nice to watch.
But also you got lucky because Odo's made a mistake in the first lap, so
yeah.
Could be that if you get a clean start, it might be a bit more. But 9 seconds, that's a big gap. And he's already won race 1. It'd be nice if he gets pole and wins race 2. It's number 4,
Definitely.
so yeah.
At the moment, we see Cherry Moore being the second bronze driver, but I'm very, very curious. We're looking at Mr. Anderson right now. Got 9th position, right? 9th position in the last race? In
P9,
race
yeah.
1?
He got
So,
P9. I'll check with that real quick. Anderson got P9 that first race.
yeah, P9, and right now he has not done a lap yet, but another counted lap. But Winspear at the moment is the fastest bronze driver in the Cayman. So what's Anderson gonna be
There
doing?
we go. Then we go post gets back to the top again by a tenth of a second. Anderson, I expect him to be P7-ish, maybe 6.
P7
We'll
is,
see.
yeah. Let's go.
That's my guess. P9.
Oh,
behind.
P9. Yep.
Lost the tenth rival there. And hello, new pole time, 1.35. This is faster than Key 1, isn't it? Key 1 time is a 1:43.4.
1.4.
For a 10 out.
Yeah, Herendich was P6, I believe. P5 or P6 in the race number 1. So Herendich
Hendrick P6, yeah.
Herendich is just as fast as the top 3 guys, I think, at this moment, as they were in Quali 1.
He's very strong in the silver class and I'm going P4 as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty
Silver
amazing.
driver
Right?
being a pro driver, yeah, was overall driver at least.
Over here in SimPlay, Yoshi, we don't do gold is not number 1. Over here in SimPlay, silver is on top.
Yeah, I know. That's what I meant to say. Silver, yeah. Gosh. So what's the white number 4 then, huh? That's overall, yeah. The red's AM, overall is white, isn't it? So yeah, I know gold's top for the project.
We've got different podium ceremonies over here.
Close. Doesn't improve.
The gaps though in the quality.
Quite up laps.
If it stays like this, just look at the top 7. Top 7 within
Half a second, jeez. Closer, Gavin out. Just top 7. Q1, the second separated the top 7. Again, too bad. Top 7 was there everybody's 9th, 10th, and Q. At the moment, it's half a second.
Anderson had a very good lap as well. Is now 6/10 behind P1.
And he's 4 times Emma's next rival in the bronze category at least. Now on, because faster goes the soldier goes up to P8-9 now separate 2.
So I think Post is hunting for that 43.3. Mackenzie now in a 43.4.
Where's that come from? Post P3.
And Mackenzie,
this is off the front row.
Yeah. Mackenzie finished in a P22 or something.
So look, Mackenzie. Where is it? I can't see the name. There. Mackenzie got P8 in race
P8.
1. So
P8. I thought he was 22. Oh no, that was Lee. I'm making mistakes.
Look. You're making a mistake. A minute to go left, so there's only one more chance now to get a lap in on the board. So Post got 1 at lap. So putting on the front, at least minimum from front row. Gotta be front row at least.
Oh, P2. 25.
Oh, quarter of a 10.
Oh,
you gotta be kidding me, that's close.
200ths.
200th of a second. Or a quarter of a 10, I want to say it, but yeah. This is close now.
Close, very, very close. But last lap to do it. P1. And he's done. He is done. It's
Yeah, Mackenzie didn't even do key 1. He didn't even take part in key 1. Didn't get a time on the boards. But yeah, that's it, yeah. Mackenzie just shot up there. And at the moment on pole, I might change. Doesn't look like it.
Body weird.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Good thumbs up.
Monster over here. We've got Cairns just ahead. We've got Wilbrink just behind. So let's see what Cairns is gonna do. Cairns is the one to follow right now, because ahead of him is, I believe, Pospisil. Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah. Bit of dust getting picked up as well.
Yeah,
So you went what? Yeah, then.
Pospisil is done.
Yeah.
And Cairns is now in the third to last. Second to last is coming up, and then it's the last corner. And behind him is the Monster, and then Wilbrink. So let's see what these guys are going to be able to do. Maybe, if Cairns is lucky, he's going to get P3 or even P2, P1. I mean, you never know what's possible.
Anything's possible
He's
here.
done.
He's backed out.
Here we've got the Monster.
Wilbrink.
What's the Monster going to do?
The Monster, where's he going to go? 6, Wilbrink.
Wilbrink stays P7.
Wow, that's interesting. From Q1 to Q2 now.
And Anderson here. Anderson is still on a run. Let's see what he's gonna do. He surprised us before.
Can he shoot up heaven?
Stays P9.
P9. Oh, that's... Look what driver's cleaning a lap.
Cherry Moore. What's Cherry Moore gonna do? No improvement for Cherry Moore. And then it's car number 26.
Lap. That's
Yeah.
Paul confirming for Mackenzie.
Let's see if he extends 2.5
He
hundredths.
doesn't. He went up into the grass. He's not. I'll be surprised if he does a production, is he?
He
No.
hit the wall also, so that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Mackenzie won, Martin Post in 2 and Arendage in 3rd. Very great qualifying from Mackenzie and Arendage. Very, very much improved from quali number 1.
Game on for the race now. We'll see if it's going to be side by side. The photo obviously going to be, but he'll get a better jump start. No, just a better start into the first corner.
Yeah, and the good thing is, and we hoped for it, Martin Post, not in P1. He is of course front row, but we might be able to see a little bit more battling this race.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, to see battles over the course of 30 minutes. So, see if it happens. But like it was in race 1, Post led 9 seconds. If he could do it again, then he will win again. So we'll see. But Mackenzie went from not even qualifying to start on pole in Q2.
I do see a mistake in my track tab though. Track tab said P1 starts on the left, P1 starts on the right. So I've got some work to do for myself. I've got some work to do for myself.
Yeah, for the rest of the week anyway, for the Pro and Pro Championships, isn't it?
30
Don't want to
seconds.
give out rubbish stats out. Alright. Headlights are going on.
20 seconds.
Anyone being pitted on last time?
Yep. Warm up those tires. We are gonna warm up the vocal cords, and then
Yeah.
we're off for the start.
Let's see. Anyone starting from pit lane? All on the grid. Here we go. Mackenzie doesn't have his headlights on, which is
Oh, you can see it on the broadcast on the stream as well. Look at these cars taking off, all jittering around, lagging around a little bit.
yeah. Lucky, I mean, damn it. Personally, obviously, it's not dark enough for it's not dark enough for headlights, but Mackenzie isn't any running headlights. But I don't see any meatball flags to tell him to turn on the flag, to turn on the lights. Sorry, yeah.
Is he not
So
having his lights on? No?
No, there's no headlights on the car. No, it's off.
He should be getting a warning though in his screen, like you've got 3 laps to put your lights on or something like that. So
Yeah, but I'll say but I'll come when it goes green. The formation I won't really mad if it starts in the night time. But the rules of the headlights determine of when it gets dark though. Sometimes it's like 8 PM, 9 PM game time, so
I wouldn't know.
Like,
I've always got my lights on automatic, except for the flasher.
But everyone else has got the headlights on, but Mackenzie. Yeah. So there'd be a chance we see a Meeble flag. Post.
Be a shame if we. Would be a shame if he gets booted to the pit lane for not putting his lights on. That would be. And this is what I like.
That would get posted straight away into the farm for now.
These kind of camera POVs, this is what I really like. If the camera just goes all the way back, you can see the whole straight where you see all the cars, right? That's very, very nice.
Yeah, that's true.
But Mackenzie won, posted 2, second, and Herendich and Cairns. I'm very, very curious. Micah and the Monster had a pretty good battle with Wilbrink as well. These guys were pretty much on the pace, and the Monster was of course a little bit further ahead, so very, very curious what's going to happen. Popovic and Anderson as well, because Anderson has been driving his balls off tonight here at Indy, being the fastest bronze driver in Quali 1, Race 1, Quali 2, possibly Race 2, but we still have to see that happening.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
He's looking strong to be moving up and up. After Silver. He's looking strong now. Here we go.
We're gonna get ready, everybody, for race number 2. Any last words, Yoshi?
If I don't see a Meeble flag, I'll be surprised. Mackenzie.
Alright, we're gonna get into the helicam and we're gonna try and give you all a good start to race number 2. We're straight to the start finish line, and we're gonna get closer to the actual start finish line, of course. So we're gonna get the green lights and off we go. Mackenzie has a good start in that Chevy, but that McLaren has more power, of course. You see Cairns there on the left and you see Herendich on the right side. Herendich had a little bit of a worse start than Cairns. So Cairns is probably gonna go into the corner or coming out of the second corner in the 3rd position. And then you see Maiga, the Monster, and Wilbrink. It's Maarten Post still in P2 though, with Mackenzie just a little bit ahead. But the Monster is trying to make moves on Maiga straight away. So this is gonna get very, very heated. And we do. We see a couple of guys off the track. We see Vasic. Off the track, we see a lot of guys on the track. We missed it on the broadcast. I did save a replay, so we can see or try and find out who was there on the track, everybody. But
one of the bronze drivers in there. He's gone off, and I think
Anderson's still alive though, and I think
Anderson's he's P9 still. He's in the bronze category.
Yeah,
he's all right.
Look at these guys over here. We're gonna get into the TV cam, everybody. We've got Post in P2, Cairns in P3, Herendich in P4 with Maiga, the Monster, and Wilbrink very, very close behind. This could be very, very awesome, Yoshi. If these guys stay in the train, making mistakes left and right, trying to make moves, we could be in for a show.
Yeah, indeed. It's looking chill so fast. Mackenzie still leads. Headlights are on. Mackenzie's trying to make it still on the low setting. I didn't think, yeah, he's got headlights on now, so there's no flags for that one, but leads 7/10 of a second to Post. No, so it's been interesting to see if Mackenzie can keep this up for 20 minutes. The
whole top 7 in a big train, all behind each other. This is, I mean, I can't scream. I can't scream in my house, but you guys won't understand a thing I'm saying. But this is freaking awesome, Yoshi.
Yeah, it is awesome indeed. As we love this kind of stuff here in SimPlay Motorsport, we love racing, and it's still showing that we can still, the racing is still going on, and it's just amazing. But looks like we've got 3 little groups though, because into that back from the back of the field, P8 downwards in the little class, and then P7 upwards somewhere in the front group. So yeah.
When this camera switches to the other side, yeah, this view. Look at these guys. Whoa. Very, very awesome. We're looking at the car right bang smack in the middle. We've got Herendich in P4, but ahead of him is 3 guys. And behind him is 3 guys. So we can see most of the whole battle going on over here. But Like we said in race number 1, if any one of these guys makes a little tiny mistake, someone is directly breathing in your neck. Or down your neck. What's the English phrase? Is it breathing in your neck or breathing down your neck?
I think down your neck, no. That's what I think. Potentially, Once the 4 temps now, the gap might be going up or it's going down.
Look at these guys.
It's going down the past lap as well, 2 temps.
2 tenths.
That happened.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna try and make a move
right
here.
How?
Oh, look at these. What's happening with the internet? Let me look at my connection. It's good.
It's like, it's looking good. Mackenzie still stays ahead. Poe's just going to go around the outside. Doesn't make a move done yet. So Pooh's, oh my gosh, Poe's, sorry. Gonna wait for a bit because you got comms on P3.
It's nice though, because I think Maarten Post is a little bit. He might be a little bit faster than Mackenzie on race pace, but Mackenzie is holding him back a little bit. So the whole field is kind of staying behind him, forming that train. We saw Cairns making a mistake there, going onto the grass. It's Rendish on the inside and Micah on the outside. So Cairns in a little sandwich there.
That's true. As
Cairns.
I was gonna say that looked like a different line than me.
And the one with the best seats in the house, but is under pressure himself, is Matthias de Munster. Because he is front row, and now it's Wilbrink. Wilbrink and Matthias de Munster. These guys are battling it out on track. 4-way battle over here. Oh, the Munster and Wilbrink. The Munster and Wilbrink. Let's go, boys. Keep it on track. Very sportsmanlike from the Munster. Just tapping the brake a little bit to let Wilbrink get back on the track. But very tight racing over here.
Yeah, Anderson's lost in the bronze category now. He's lost to the 600 now. So he's second in bronze. Anderson wants to pick up the pace 1.1 second between him and the bronze lead.
Yep, definitely. We're gonna go on board, ladies and gentlemen, with Cairns chasing down Maiga. Because Cairns, on its own, has a little bit more pace, I think, in that Ginetta. Oh, and I was gonna say, because we want to see him charge up onto Maiga, but the move is already being done. So,
yeah.
That was a short cockpit view.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully we get more time with that.
I was hoping for a little bit of a longer battle.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But Matthias de Munster and Wilbrink and Maarten Post though is very close behind Mackenzie. But these guys over here, Wilbrink and the Munster, making their way back to the back of or back to the back end of Maiga.
That's true. As Maiga, oh, he made a mistake mid-race, race 1. He got.
We are gonna have a little quick.
He got he got P5 in race 1. So at the moment, he's still P5 in race 2, with what 23 minutes left. So still time to make moves. Opposed to still behind Mackenzie.
He is still behind indeed. I'm gonna be looking at the Wilbrink versus the Munster, and these guys trying to make their way back to Maiga. Oh, and look at Post there on the straight.
He's going around the outside again. He doesn't have the inside line. He's just going around the outside line. You don't want the outside line, want you? But obviously, there might overstock from potential switchback, but having the outside isn't the advantage for turn 1. Unless the Post is just waiting the patient, waiting till possibly the last minute to do it. Take the lead, that would be amazing. We see a last corner,
definitely.
last lap, that'd be amazing.
A little bit of a deja vu with race 1, but then the drivers are different.
Yeah.
Oh,
and, the long way, yeah.
Something is happening. Connection failure for me.
You disconnected?
Do you have a disconnect, or am I the only one?
I'm still in.
You are still in. Okay, I'm gonna try and get back into the server.
Well, that's rare for you to be disconnected like this. Huh.
This is very unconventional. Let us say it like that.
It happens though. Getting close there. But Mackenzie and post once that moved down the inside. But also, this might make a move here down out the final corner. Post. This is the closest they've been through the final corner.
But yes,
Post
I'm back
is
in.
right there. Yes, it's on the line.
Oh my god.
They're side by side. Post takes the lead into turn 1. Absolute great move. Hopefully you catch that. Hopefully you catch that. You did. Thank God. There we go.
Post has made the move, and you talked us through it, Yoshi, because I mean, I had to come back into the race, and you see Herendich there, almost drifting behind these guys.
So now it's going to be a case if Post can get that advantage and just shoots off into an well curve. But now, like you said, Battle P2 is now Mackenzie lost the lead.
Kenzie and Herendich.
Yeah, one of them on the left side, that's the inside line. This corner at least. This might name me right here, Mackenzie is grabbed the Is that Mackenzie to go overtook him? That's P2.
We do have Herendich P2 indeed, and we still have Wilbrink, or Maiga, Wilbrink, and the Monster. Very, or not very close, not battling close, but they are close enough that if anybody makes a light mistake or slight mistake...
Someone's gone off, someone's made a mistake.
Oh, Maiga in the grass again, same corner.
As soon as you say as well, why? Because that's the same corner as race 1, they went off.
Yeah.
But at an earlier stage. So I don't think that's going to be as critical as it was last time out. He's still P, was it 6, not P5 now? Yeah.
Oh, look at Cairns there, making a move on Herendich. End of the start-finish straight, end of the main straight, and it's Cairns now in P3, and he's gonna try and make his way to that Chevy of Mackenzie, of course.
Mackenzie's already lost 2 seconds to Post now. Post is going to start making his advantage, shoot off, and then just he'll win the race.
Wilbrink over
Unless
to
he makes a mistake.
Maiga as well. Matthias de Munster on
Into the definitely Munster trying. Doesn't want to go on the grass too much.
These guys are
into the grass again.
these guys are making it a real show tonight.
The Munster might move down inside there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Very close.
They're not. Made that up, P6, wanna move.
Very close. Well, I would say
sometimes to make the move.
yeah, job well done.
Jeez, dude. Oh.
And we've got Cairns chasing down Mackenzie, of course. So the battle between Maiga and the Monster is not done yet, but oh, Matthias the Monster almost goes wide, and it's Maiga trying to line it up for a better exit here in this corner, catching a little bit of the slipstream and possibly getting close enough at the end of the start-finish straight. So we're gonna stay here for a little bit, and then I would say we're gonna go to Cairns, who's getting close to the back end of that Chevy in P2.
Yep. See Maiga makes a deep corner here. It's Sam 1. Just
the funny thing is, behind these guys, we've got Popovic in P8 and Winspear just behind in P9, battling as well. We can bet if we're looking at the Monster and Maiga, you can see Popovic and Winspear sometimes in the back somewhere, battling it out.
as the battle still continues on. I mean,
These guys are a little
Mike
bit
could
further
just-
apart.
yeah, if they can minimize the mistake, they can hopefully get a result. But Mike has done that at least twice today, or at least a couple more times over the course of today. So if he does it again, and fourth and gets a P8,
Yeah.
so it depends how deep he goes, but definitely we're going a bit more aggressive to the grass now. Just literally taking it into a direct line, but we're coming to the corner where Micah has a high opportunity to go off the track. Oh, it's close.
Artepose is creating a comfortable gap for himself again.
Yes, 2.4 seconds. We got the 2.8 car in pit lane. He's hard off. But if it post is just like what's halfway done in the second and final race of the day, with what 7-ish laps left anyway. So
And I was thinking Cairns was gonna fight his way or race his way towards Mackenzie, but Herendich is doing an awesome job of keeping the pressure on.
he's defending, but he's got to defend for 15 minutes. And well, fair enough, this is for a podium, but I think his headlights are off though.
Yeah, I think he's got them on a manual
He's
button.
got a meatball flag. Yeah, he's got a meatball flag. It's on his headlight.
Yeah.
We are halfway through. Keep
Unless
pushing.
he doesn't look at any physical damage, if he doesn't come in, he'll get a penalty, or he'll just get back to pit lane.
Yep, definitely. But
Does he know the headlight? Does he know his headlights are off? He got his hat to know.
I think I saw him on the straight with his lights on a couple of laps ago. So I think he's just got his lights on the manual button.
Yeah, but if he doesn't slow down the next 2 laps, he's done.
Yeah.
Yes, the meatball flag still shows. Yeah, his headlights are still off. This is not good news.
Now they're on. I think they're on.
Visibility's not good enough.
I am gonna have a little look here. I think he just put them on.
It's still off on my screen.
Still off, yep.
However, I don't see any meatball flags being waved. So it's kind of like mixed, I feel like. I mean, if he has... I can't... on board, yeah, if I go to the cockpit case, he's got the meatball flag on his screen, so it's still visible. And if he doesn't sort it before he crosses the line 2 more times, he's done.
Yep.
But I'm surprised the meatball flag's being shown because the track is still visible. Not like it's wet or anything, but this is gonna be heartbreaking for him because he's P3 and he'll just go down to nothing. Turn your headlights on, that's what I say to him. But I don't think anyone can tell him. Oh,
Wilbrink and the monster though.
On Mackenzie.
Oh yeah, we've got Cairns and Mackenzie. We've got the monster and Wilbrink. It's absolutely crazy. But Cairns is past Mackenzie, and Wilbrink and the monster are still trying to battle it out. But they are coming closer and closer to Herendich as well. So we might have a little extra battle.
Close on his final lap. He needs to turn his headlights on before he starts. If he crosses the line, headlights, he's done for the day. So he needs to turn it on before he crosses the line. Someone needs to tell him, essentially, but I don't know who. It's very bizarre though to have his headlight off. 12 minutes to go, 6 laps left. Mackenzie just went too deep into a corner that mine going off, so that corner's definitely calling out some drivers, but it's the same condition as race 1, kind of. I think he's pushing it a bit more. The player's still waving for claims now, so he's coming up to the final sector now. Almost, sorry, my apologies there. He's got like, if he doesn't turn on the next 5 corners,
He's going back to the pit lane.
He's going to be disqualified, I feel like. This is, because into the final sector, headlights are still off. You can see why it is. It does look a bit more darker actually than race. So,
I mean, I'm gonna check on another Chevy because I think it might just be the look of the lights. Could that be? Could it just be the look of the lights?
I know, but the people fans are waving. He'll get to squad up. Mackenzie goes deep again. Crosses the line, and he's done. No, hang on,
He's still in.
It might be glitched. Then
the other Chevys look the same, so it might just be a the lights of the Chevy.
But it wouldn't show as a people flag though. His headlights are off. Oh, Vargas had a spin. Somewhere he's off, but his headlights are on. There is a difference. If you look at Vargas, his headlights are on. Compared to Claims, his headlights are off. $10 to go.
Munster and Wilbrink. We've been looking at the Munster and Wilbrink, and we've been looking at Herendich and Mackenzie. We've been looking at Cairns, and we've been looking at Post, but Post is gone, of course. But Wilbrink and the Munster are battling it out. The Munster up on the inside now. Wilbrink brakes a little bit later, has the inside for the next turn. Oh, they do touch each other.
Oh,
Wilbrink does save it. Is now behind the Munster though.
That is not what you need. Yeah, Matthew says sometimes a glitch. He might have.
Yep.
But yeah, I bet 4.1 seconds now between Post and Clover.
Mackenzie is not giving up, Yoshi.
Yeah, still not made a mistake and that position back. But all those very close to the wall for good measure. But it was 2 attempts. It's now 6 attempts. He's lost time.
He's really trying to push that Chevy hard, and I do like the car. I did a race in the Chevy yesterday myself, and yeah, it was a nice race on brands. But I do love the car, especially when you're like when it's just idling in the pit lane. It's like a real American V8 sound.
I have.
And yeah, it's.
What's wrong with those engine types?
Looking down the field, we've got a couple of close-ish battles. We've got Lee, we've got Croupion, we've got Windspear all close together, and then we have Pospisil behind Cherrymore. And these two Chevys have no lights on the but Cherrymore goes off, everybody, and it's Pospisil who takes P13 and Cherrymore falling back to 14th. Anderson though, best of the bronze, comfortably in P9 at the moment.
Yeah, he's got a 12-second gap between him and next them behind him, so unless if Anderson just connects with anything, he'll win in bronze again.
Yep, definitely true.
He should be in silver, I feel like, but there you go.
He should be just cruising for the last 7 minutes.
I feel like at this point he's got 11-second gap behind him, 1.8 ahead of him.
If you lose a second a lap, you're not having any problems staying ahead.
But yeah, Anderson long here, and it's definitely getting dark. Okay, definitely getting darker now on the circuit, and I don't know, but it just feels more dark than in race 1. So. Kenzie really fighting that Chevrolet to try and get ahead of him. He just went onto the curbs and he really wants that position there. Just look at the lines he's taking compared to the 209 Genetic anyway. But the more he does it, the more he might lose time, but the more he'll stay ahead of him before. So if he continues looking strong for a podium.
He's looking strong, yeah, but we've got the Monster and Arendich behind these guys, and the Monster lost a P2 of course in the last race, but is now trying to, I think at least, get a 4th position in race number 2.
Yeah, he's 4 times back on next round ahead of him. He's doors open, shut. Want the inside line. He's trying to do that. Oh, they've got a title.
The Monster gets up on the inside. And this should be a P4 for the Monster.
Aggressive, defensive on the brakes. But he is ahead of him. And oh, yep, he gets ahead for P4.
Yep.
Now he's only 2 seconds back on McKenzie. Take that at the moment anyway.
So what is he? Is he gonna be able to get a P3? I mean, it's 4 laps left. 4 laps left.
2 laps. Just a 2-minute lap-ish. It might be 2 or 3 laps.
3 laps, yeah. 3 laps possibly, yeah.
Now to look at the gap once they cross the. See, it's a change of 1.6. It's getting closer. It was 2 seconds. See, there's McKenzie on your shot there. We'll see how it look when they cross the line. So we're about to go for the 3rd second. But anyway.
One Monster though. It's Cairns and McKenzie. Big. The gap is getting bigger, so McKenzie is losing.
10.
Arendich Wilbrink is in P6. My guy is far behind, but we do have Vasic and Marsden, P15 and P16.
It's been interesting for the race end.
Marsden in the Aston, the blue Aston that we saw sliding off in race number 1.
Yeah. I had asked him, that he's doing pretty good up there in P6 for Wilbrink. What else in here? Like Wilbrink wants P5, but at the moment P6. To play a still driver the Mo. Anderson is only 3 seconds back on P8. 3 minutes to go, starts laying off at the straight. Can't read this. 5-6-6. Oh, Varga's gone off again. Oh, he's in the wall.
Who's in the wall?
The wall. Yeah, Varga. He's in the
Varga
wall.
in the wall. Let me see.
And he's slow, and he's going very slow coming out of the left-hander.
Yep.
Can't see with the barriers there. Come on.
That's some steering wheel damage. I'm gonna have a little look. I think. No damage.
There he is. Still in the grass. I think he's waiting for everyone to get past, but that is not what you want at 2 minutes left. Oh dear, what have you done, Benny? What have you done, dude? Just cruising on the grass. Car's not a lawnmower. Turning straight to the wall, yeah, you can't turn. He can't turn. He can, maybe, but he's just going straight on.
Alright. I mean, he was driving straight and his wheel was straight, so I don't know how much damage there is then, exactly.
That's just bizarre, he's just pulled up, yeah, he's facing the wall.
He's still in the grass over there.
It's pedals. It's where rear wheels are just spinning. There we go.
Is it
Oh,
a
dear.
disconnect possibly?
Possibly because he just bumped the wall and his pedals are stuck in.
Yeah, just not a server disconnect, but a wheel disconnect or
No,
something.
still, yeah, we'll just get that's what I meant. Yeah, it's just parked at the moment. So I think his race is done.
It's Lee and Cherry Moore though. Cherry Moore has overtaken Lee, so Cherry Moore is now in 11th position. He is getting a little bit closer to his how do you say that? His other competitor in the bronze category, Mr. Anderson. But it's not enough. Anderson is doing great business on the bronze category tonight.
Yeah. He'll go strong on. He'll go strong for the range of the season potentially. Sparker's car's still there. It is. I'm not worried about that right now because Post is on his penultimate lap with 50 seconds left.
I think it's Benny Varga and B Varga. Benny Varga,
yeah. He's got some sort of issue. Because I've seen Benny race before, and he doesn't make mistakes like that. So
yeah,
something unusual to see. I was about to start the final lap. 25 seconds to go. Post through the final corner to cross the line to start lap 18 again. There we go.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
Also in the pit lane, Will Briggs in the pit lane.
who's in the pit lane?
lane.
Wilbrink in the
Will
pit
Brink.
lane. He is done.
Yeah.
He is done.
That'll be
Might
right.
have-
Oh yeah. The monster is right on the point. It says 8 attempts to Mackenzie.
Yeah.
That's a big name down there for Will Brink. Unfortunate for him. Oh, I know him. When you return to garage, it's like a 3-minute tow time anyway, so he's done. That's unfortunate. And then
Do have Jay Lee. I mean, we've got the monster 6 tenths behind Mackenzie, but we're in the last lap, of course. But Jay Lee
My God.
and Croupion are still battling it out.
I got a feeling between Mackenzie and the Munster anyway. I got a feeling it's going to be a repeat of the first race, just doing drivers. Will the Munster try and make a move out the final corner? It's close.
Will Mackenzie make the mistake that the monster made in race number 1?
Hope not. Post heading through the penultimate corner soon.
He does not.
Mackenzie looking fine.
Looking fine, and we are here.
Post in the final corner. Here we go.
Yeah. Marta Post coming through the final corner, and it's gonna stake the second win of the night. Big business for him here at Indianapolis. It's Marta Post in 1.
The leader
It's
is
William
right.
Cairns in 2nd. It's Mackenzie in 3rd,
Oh.
and Matthias de
2
Munster in
times, huh?
4th. But these guys were very close. It's Heritage in 5 and Maiga in 6. But damn, these the Monster and Mackenzie very close on the finish line.
Yeah, 2/10 of a second. Post has done it again though.
And then we have Popovic
Mackenzie
in 8 or in 7 and Anderson in 8. So yeah, very. Post done it again. P1, massive evening for him.
Benny, his pedals disconnected. That's why.
Yeah, pedals disconnect. That's very hard. Pospisil in 9, everybody, and Winspear is here in 10th. Croupion in 11th. Vasic. I was gonna say Vasic. Ahead. Yeah. And Croupion out of fuel, I think. Out of fuel or not? No. He's across the finish line.
It's a chicken flag, yeah.
Stapley
I
in
was gonna
15th
say,
and Jay
how is someone
Lee.
going to run out of fuel in a half-an-hour race? They're going to
Yeah.
be consistent on the fuel.
Yeah, they will just do the absolute minimum.
Yeah, but Mackenzie's wheel disconnected over the line, so lucky
Yeah.
for him.
Oh,
They will
lucky
be
for
free.
him indeed.
Yeah.
We've got Privet in 18th, and Wilbrink was already in the pit lane, of course. So,
And that's it.
yeah, that's everybody.
Yeah, it's just not registering yet for some reason. It will eventually.
It will eventually. We do have a certain happy someone in the VC already, though.
Yes, yes.
Oh, Maarten, congratulations, man. You had a massive. I mean, we are not allowed to say the F word, but we're gonna do it. You had a massive fucking Indy night.
Yeah, thanks. Oh yeah, the speed of the McLaren, it's just insane around here.
9 seconds in race 1, and I believe around 5, 6 in race number 2.
2.5 seconds.
Yeah. Our first race qualification went really well. And then at the start of the race, I could cut loose of the pack. They had a little battle behind me, so I could easily pull away. And in the end of the race, I saw them closing it a little bit. Race 2 qualification. Mackenzie just showed up out of nowhere with a great.
He had a great run. We were thinking about. We were talking to each other like, is he gonna do that 43.3 again? But Mackenzie did a 4, so I mean, you guys wouldn't have been far apart, but you would have started in the better position, of course.
Yep. Yeah, he had an amazing lap. And at the start of the race, I couldn't get past him at the start, so I had to tuck in behind. I made a couple little mistakes during the race, so I could overtake him on the straight. And after that, it was smooth sailing all the way.
Yeah, that was. I mean, me and Yoshi, we were talking about it, and we saw the gap go from just 2 seconds in the first lap because of those incidents behind you. Then it became 4 seconds, 6 seconds, 7. And then you got up to 9. Then you went back to 7.8 and back to 9 again. Like we were like, all right, that McLaren is gone. No point in showing Marta on the stream.
Focused on other battles indeed.
Yeah.
It was a lonely race for me in the end, but I really enjoyed it.
Race. I mean, you had to look a little bit more back or behind you the first couple of laps before you overtook Mackenzie.
Yeah, they were really close. Not close enough to make a move.
Were you sweating or?
No, not so much. No, I was focusing on Mackenzie, trying to overtake him and see what his lines were. Wasn't really paying attention to the guys in the rear. If they did get closer, I would have, but the gap was just a little too big.
Yeah, indeed. Yoshi, you have any questions for our, not our one race winner, or our 2 race winner?
No, not today. No.
Not today. But I enjoyed that little bit. We said also before the race start number 2, we said like it's a good thing he's a little bit more to the back because you had such a big gap in race number 1. We were like, maybe if he starts second row, we're gonna get a little bit of a better show because he can just fight his way forward instead of driving off.
Yeah, that would be an entirely different race indeed if I would have started.
Do you have any inside information on what happened to Mr. Wilbrink?
Yeah, he got disconnected in the second race, just at the end. Disconnected back to the home screen, and then he tried to get back in the race, but he started in the pits, so his race was over.
The race was over indeed. Yeah, we were wondering what happened.
We were in the party chat, but I couldn't hear him as well, so his internet was completely gone for a second there, and that's just a shame, but
I don't
on
think
to the next one.
The stream disconnected midway as well on the second race, so
oh really?
It might have just been a server.
All right. Well, thanks guys.
Well, enjoy yourself, drink a cold one, and celebrate those 2 wins, and we will see you next week, Marta.
See you next week. Till then.
All right.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, Yoshi.
Yeah.
We are done.
Yeah.
How did you? How was your first Whodarron Cup commentary? What did you think about the action?
Yeah. Better than I expected. Hopes to do
Yeah.
more of it, to be honest. Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice. It's the 30-minute like you do the endurance races, but the 30-minute format and with field that's basically split into different classes. It makes for great racing, and I think you will
Yeah, it
like
does
it.
indeed,
A lot of action.
Yeah, definitely a lot of action, and still got more to come over the course of the next couple of weeks for the most of the championships, and still we got the Pro and Pro Championship this week as well. So definitely an amazing way to start. Week 7 now. Yeah,
You're gonna be a busy man.
yeah, love it.
Well then, I just want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you for being on the track, being in the chat, supporting SimPlay in any way you can. I think, and that's it for tonight. Any last words for the chat, for the viewers, for the people watching it later on, Yoshi, before we close it off?
Yeah, make sure to watch the other championships later on this week. Pro on Wednesday and Pro on Thursday. Definitely gonna be a good week. Racing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, with that all being said and done, everybody, that's from me. That's a peace out, and I'll let Yoshi say goodbye to you all, and then we will be going to the stream ending.
Yeah, good night everyone, and have a great rest of your week.